His Highness still suffers under the curse. But Luis is dead. I cannot fathom it.
Maybe we killed a fake. Like his body double. Or something.
No. There's no way that wasn't Luis. We couldn't fight him in person and still be mistaken.
And Luis would have nothing to gain from faking his death, surely. After all, it put the lance in Forden's hands.
Knowing all that, might the curse have been cast by someone else entirely?
But that would mean... we killed an innocent person, wouldn't it?
That bastard was no innocent. He destroyed my home. He murdered the king. And...
True enough, old boy. But that's not why we were out to kill the chap, right?
He said it himself. That killing him accomplished nothing. Was it really true?
Yet he had the formula for the curse in his possession. Surely that marks his guilt?
Even so, there remains a modicum of doubt in the matter. Perhaps Luis was researching the curse for another reason. If he was framed, it is possible he aimed to clear his name.
But if it wasn't Luis, who else could have...
That night, His Highness the Prince was already fleeing when I arrived at the scene. I encountered the assailant as I sought to protect His Highness. I pursued and slashed across their back.
Right. I remember Forden mentioned something about that. Is there anything else you can remember?
Fie! No, I can recall nothing else. No other clues. Yet... no. 'Tis odd. I believe this is the first time I have recounted the particulars to anyone. I told the investigators only that I failed to capture the culprit. The shame of my failure kept me silent on the rest.
What? But just earlier, Forden said...
Yes, he told a story that none but the culprit could attest to. How does Forden know?
Maybe he heard it from the culprit?
If so, then Forden could be one of the conspirators behind the attack, or perhaps solely responsible for it.
I say, you don't think Forden is the mastermind behind this whole blasted to-do? You do realize he's the sanctifex of the entire dashed Sanctus Church?
Nay, but that does not make it impossible. It wasn't long after the prince's passing that His Majesty named Sanctism the state religion. If not for the matter concerning the king's magic, Forden's claim to the throne would have been unshakable.
Sounds like motive enough to want the prince gone.
We have to find out, even if it's remotely possible. Let's question Forden in person at the main festival tomorrow.
We'll need that divine lance back, too. It's not something we want in Forden's hands, especially now.
Hey, I'm going to go talk to my sister. She's bound to be somewhere in the city for the Saints' Day festivities. Sister, I should explain. All that fuss today was... well...
Is it safe for you to come to such a public place?
What? No, it's fine. It's not like we caused a riot or anything. We even explained ourselves to Forden's satisfaction. Actually...
That's not what I meant. You're the songstress, remember?
Yes. Suppose you're right.
I know we talked before about the loophole in the king's protective magic, but I never thought you would be the one to strike Luis down. And that lance you presented, I take it that's why you went to Virga Island.
We didn't mean for it to be such a spectacle. It didn't exactly go according to plan. But at least we kept a tyrant off the throne.
And that's why I was wondering if I could ask you something. About Sanctifex Forden. What kind of man he really is.
Because, well, now that Luis is out of the picture, we know who's got the best chance. A man as powerful as him, well, you know how it is. You hear all kinds of nasty rumors swirling about. I'm just wondering if there's any truth to them.
Tuna, Are you seriously trying to dig up dirt on Santifex Forden? On Saint's Day of all days?
Oh, loosen up a bit. You can't deny that people talk, and God knows they always have. Especially about the night of the attack. Asking how anyone could sneak into the castle, let alone get to the prince. Whether some official ordered the assassination. Remember when those rumors started? Father was on edge for days. I remember even when I hadn't said anything, he'd scold me and send me away. I don't suppose you ever heard if there was any truth to that. Sorry. I don't mean to dance around it so... It's just not an easy thing to ask about. I was talking with one of our allies, Hulkenberg. She said Forden mentioned something he couldn't have known, unless he was actually there, the night of the attack. Unlikely as it is, if it turns out Forden was involved, she won't suffer him being crowned. She'll be out for vengeance. And you're the eldest daughter of House Cygnus, a Sanctist family. The people would see you as an accomplice to a man who had a hand in killing the royals. I couldn't bear to let that happen. You don't deserve that. I need to know the truth.
Then, suppose His Eminence Forden were guilty of such sin. What would you do with him? With the Sanctist Church?
What do you mean?
Well, I was but a girl of only 12 years. I knew nothing about the inner workings of the crown theocracy.
Sister? What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm fine. If a tad overworked. All these new developments and tragic events. I'm just run a little ragged, that's all.
Sister!
I'll be fine. Really. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. If I am to be the people's saint, I must be strong enough to play the part. Maybe I'll hold off on the harder drinks today, just to be safe. It's been a long time since we could spend some simple time together like this. It's like we're just two sisters visiting Montario for the holiday. I'll see you again soon.